Hello and welcome to Herman Hits the Road. I'm Ads and this is Herman, a 1998 Hymer B564 built on a Fiat Ducato. Now just recently travelling in Germany, I noticed that this light is actually a bit wobbly. I intend to fix that in this video. Now it's not the light, in fact, it's actually the lens. So when I put the little stickers you have to put on the lights when you're travelling in a foreign country, taking it off, I noticed that it actually came away, the glass came away with the sticker, which is not what we want, because we don't want that falling out, and that would mean buying a new unit entirely. So my intention is to remove that in situ and clean it all up and then re-glue it in place. Now why in situ? Because this is a right pain in the butt to get to. I've had both my lamps out before, and you can see that in this video here. Yeah, so I don't want to spend time having to remove the lamp just to replace the lens, although I may have to. I have got a few of these plastic tools for pulling out car parts and whatever, little plastic panels and whatnot. However, they're too thick. I get some way and then they won't, I can't move them anymore, and I don't want to put too much force on this light. I might break other parts of it. So I have another idea, to use a piece of string. I haven't tried it yet, so this is a learning exercise for you and me. As you may be able to see, that actually says Hella on there. Hella 301 127 05702, made in Germany. What I'm going to do with the string, I hope, is to tuck it round and see if I can pull it off that way. I can't get it behind it. Getting there. I mean, if it's so far in it won't come out, then why am I struggling with it, really? Why am I bothering? Peace of mind, I suppose. Alright, got it all the way around to the top. I can hear something. When I'm pulling that, I can hear, hopefully, the bond breaking rather than the glass cracking. Let's try something else. Let's give it loads of wobbles. Of course, the body actually fouls on the lamp here, so I can't pull it out too far. It's almost out, just a little bit more. It's gripping on though. I don't think I'd have had problems driving around with it like that. It's got around a bit further. It's just a little bit left. 1.5 centimetres. Right, there you go. And I haven't got it. Don't drop. Ah, shit. Right, see if Gorilla Tape's going to help me grab that. There you go. Fantastic. Now I have the glass out, I managed to get the Gorilla Tape looking like that, so I can just lever it in. What I've noticed here, that there's a notch at the bottom about 6 o'clock and a notch here about 1 o'clock, so we know exactly where that's going to go in. It just falls into place, sits in there quite nicely. So all I need to do now is clean this up, gunk it up with the glue that I'm going to use, and glue this, clean this up. It looks fairly clean, so I'm going to I don't know, I might leave that as it is, but we'll soon see. One thing I should also point out is that when I was removing the lens, I had this matting down, not just for my knees, but also if it did drop, it would have less chance of smashing. So what I've got here is the remains of the remaining sealant that's already on there. So I'm going to just cut that off. Well, I've scraped away as much as I can, but there is still some left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some sealant remover and see if that does it. So the sealant remover didn't really work as well as I thought it might, but it did help because I've managed to scrape off a bit more. So it has loosened it up a bit. Now, I've now cleaned all this up, washed it, gave it a wash in expensive car shampoo, may I just add, not Fairy Liquid. Fairy Liquid contains salt and we don't want salt on it. I've also made this a little smaller, made a little sticky thing there, just so that when I put it in and then I take it out later after it's cured, the lens has no, has no force behind it to come out with the thingy, with the Gorilla Tape here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use CT1. I've used this before a few times. This has important things to note, is that temperature resistant when fully cured, -40 to 120 degrees C, which is adequate for this country. The lights themselves, I don't know if they get up to 120 degrees C. I wouldn't expect them to. Well, the bulb might, but I don't think the outside light will, the glass. Other properties include it does not shrink, it's flexible, contains no solvents, UV resistant, and excellent resistant to chemicals, and can be painted. Not that we're going to do that. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to but put a bead around here. I've also cleaned up the original sealant a bit. I can't take it all the way off. It's stuck really well in there. So I'm going to cover that with this, cover that with this, and then I'm going to feed the lens up to it, up the right way, don't forget, so I can read Hella and made in Germany. And while that's in there, I'm going to use a bit of wood. This is a bit of balsa that I just found lying in my garage, and I'm going to connect that to there and push it in with some duct tape just to strap it on. That's the plan. Let's get to it. Now, you are going to want this completely sealed. I mean, there is an air gap behind the bulb and whatnot, but you don't want any rainwater getting in there. You don't want them misting or corroding. Here goes nothing. I think that's in there, right? I can't move it. I can move it a little bit, just so it doesn't move. Now, I'm not using Gorilla Tape here because I think, or I would hate for the Gorilla Tape to stick practically permanently and damage the bodywork. So this very cheap duct tape should do the trick, just to hold it in there so it's pushed against there. So all I've got to do now is wait for it to cure, and it really depends on the product, the temperature, and how thick you put the bead on. So it could be from like 24 to 48 hours. It does say on the tube actually how long to put it on there for, and it says depending on temperature 24 hours for full cure. So I might do that. So, but that is the job done. So if this video helped you, then why not give it a thumbs up? And if you're into motorhome travel and maintenance on motorhomes, then why not hit that subscribe button? Until next time, goodbye. And thanks for watching.